But we know that for the last 12 months, COVID's hit everyone pretty hard, and ourselves. Many of the people speaking this week would have had their industries disrupted by what's going on. But again, what do we do about it? Do we stop? Do we hibernate? Do we think, well, things will return? Now, I'm hoping by about April last year, you'd all decided that things weren't going to return to normal very quickly. So most of us were forced to adapt. And what we find ourselves at is what I call an inflection point. An inflection point is used across management in many different ways. It's like a tipping point, if you're a fan of Malcolm Gladwell's work. But what it's really saying is we're at an important juncture. Now, we can either adapt and change and hopefully experience growth. And it's not necessarily, we can't judge people for the decline, but hopefully what we can do is realize that when change happens, especially unexpected change, then there's a series of decisions that we need to make to allow us to try to move forward and move into what the new normal is. So we find ourselves that a lot of leaders, they adjusted, but then we hadn't really thought about how should we be working? How do we move forward? A lot of leadership is dealing with short-term shocks. So maybe the systems go down for a day. How do we react? Half our team are off at the same time. What do we do to cover the workload? We need to do a forward plan, but normally when markets are consistent. Now we're faced with this world where we don't know when it's going to come back. So the allure of working from home that we used to have 18 months ago, it's like, if I could only work from home for one day a week, that would be great. But now we're there 5 days a week. But then from a leadership perspective, how often should we meet? Should we always do it on Zoom? How do I do one-on-ones? How do I motivate people? How do I check in on them? How do I see what work is being done? These are the type of decisions that we didn't really have to consider beforehand, unless you're maybe a regional leader.